10-4, the state also says it was taken in an armed carjacking. Suspects versus would be armed and dangerous.
How about you move? Dude, move over. Come on. Well, y'all blocked me in?
Arlington County.
Where do y'all go?
Caught on camera flying through trees.
It's a dead end down here. Arlington, let's go ahead and be ready to light this thing up.
I just got the car back from 300 Indiana Avenue, man.
Just relax, man.
I just had a gun in my face.
I get that, but it was involved in an armed carjacking. Please relax, sir.
Welcome back to the LackLuster channel. Washington, D.C. has seen a notable spike in violent crime.
Crime continues to turn the district into a city under siege.
The city under siege, talking about D.C. tragic incidents leading to loss of life. Every morning we're talking about more and more shootings.
Of all violent crime, carjackings have emerged as one of the most prevalent and concerning offenses.
Carjackings are on the rise.
Violent carjacking spree in and around the nation's capital.
Another gunpoint robbery.
Carjacked at gunpoint.
Carjackings continue to plague the region.
A man jumps out, points a gun in the face of D.C. Council candidate Nate Fleming.
This car swerved, blocking the road as a suspect gets out, pulling a gun on this approaching driver, who eventually drives away.
Put a man in a chokehold, punched and kicked him in the head.
Hit and killed with his own car.
He was shot Monday in his own vehicle and later died. This car caught on camera flying through trees, flipping over and crash landing. That vehicle was also carjacked.
Carjacking spree that left one person and two dogs dead. Carjacker opened fire, killing the driver.
In spite of heightened spending on public safety, carjackings have become more frequent while arrests remained rare.
Out of the 806 incidents, only 127 arrests were made.
900 carjackings this year in the district. There have only been 169 arrests.
Studies found that teens accounted for as much as 3/4 of all carjackings.
A D.C. teenager facing felony charges for several armed carjackings.
This teen walked up to him, pulled out a gun, said, "Get out of the car."
Teenagers trying to steal cars at gunpoint.
64% of carjacking arrests involve juveniles.
5 teenagers were involved in a total of 13 cases between last Monday and Friday.
In response, the police chief issued theft prevention advice on par with what a middle schooler would have suggested.
There are ways you can prevent your auto from being stolen. Never leave your engine running and unattended. Keep track of your keys. Always lock your doors and be aware of your surroundings. If you are a victim of an auto theft or carjacking, call 911 immediately.
Do not fight back and let MPD do that work. And if we follow just those simple rules that MPD has laid out, we will make sure that we reduce car thefts in our city.
By 2021, carjackings had more than doubled.
3 carjackings per day.
More than 800 carjackings for the year.
Carjacking is falling in other major American cities like New York, Chicago, Philly, and Baltimore.
We've had 330 so far this year, an increase of 23%.
In 2019, there were 142 carjackings reported, compared to last year, when 426 carjackings were reported.
806 carjackings since January 1st. Compared to last year, has more than doubled.
More than double, rising to 936 carjackings as of this week.
In response to the surge, the police chief established a task force dedicated to tackling carjackings.
Washington, D.C. has experienced a significant increase in carjackings over the last year. I created and dedicated a task force to address the rise in carjackings, stolen autos, and robberies in the district. Our hope is that this dedicated task force will reduce and address the number of carjackings and auto thefts in our city.
It didn't, and the effort fell flat. Victims were still being preyed upon with ease.
She was in her car with her 11-week-old baby.
The man with the knife opened the door to a car that a mother and 11-month-old baby were sitting inside of. The man wouldn't let the mother get her baby out and threatened to stab her if she kept screaming. That's when he took off with both of them in the car.
Let me tell you something. Playtime is over. This is not a video game.
Never leave your engine running. Keep track of your keys. Always lock your doors. Call 911 immediately.
Very few citizens stood their ground.
She managed to keep her car by doing what experts say you shouldn't, fighting back. She's since installed cameras in her car and is now driving around with Kevlar plates.
Any event somebody else points another gun at me, I at least have a way to protect myself from a shot.
Steps she says are necessary to protect herself because she doesn't believe the police or prosecutors will.
Her fears that police and prosecutors would let her down were confirmed when in 2022, D.C. passed the Revised Criminal Code Act, removing nearly all mandatory minimum sentences and sharply reducing penalties for violent crimes, including carjacking.
A recent bill that the D.C. City Council passed to end, among other things, maximum sentencing for carjackings and other types of property crimes and similar crimes, including even some violent crimes. So there's been a surge of carjackings in D.C. It's become almost the carjacking capital of America.
Despite the D.C. police spending over $500 million annually, carjackings kept rising, hitting a record high in June of 2023, more than 400% higher than the month where the chief formed the task force, and sentences were reduced. And on Friday, June 16th, during the peak month of carjackings in D.C., 3 teenagers stole 10 vehicles in just 3.5 hours. They held victims at gunpoint, robbed them of personal belongings, and escaped with their cars. Author and motivational speaker Matthew Horn was driving home that morning at around 4:30 a.m. when 3 young men emerged from the shadows and surrounded his car. One aimed a pistol at his face, while the others took his watch, phone, and wallet, leaving him stranded in the street without a ride home. 3 days later, the DC police located Matthew's car and contacted him to come pick it up. After retrieving his vehicle and leaving the precinct, he crossed the border into Virginia, heading home. But the DC police had failed to clear the car from the stolen vehicle database. Automatic license plate readers, including Flock Systems, detected Matthew driving on the highway and sent alerts to dispatchers at the Virginia State Police, Alexandria Police Department, and the Arlington County Police. Trooper William Bonnet was among the troopers dispatched in response.
How about you move? Dude, move over, come on!
Another trooper had spotted Matthew's vehicle and began following it, waiting for Trooper Bonnet to catch up and join him.
We're on exit 236 now, we're coming flying. We haven't been trying to evade or anything.
Hey, I'm passing Charlotte, I'll be there in a moment.
Recklessly speeding without regard for others, Trooper Bonnet sped towards the scene.
Okay, I'm passing the seminary. I'll be there in a second.
Okay, so you're also in the city now. We're at red light, South Walker Street, across the old landmark wall, left lane.
I'm getting on the ramp now.
The trooper's reckless behavior continued, even after hitting the streets.
Yeah, for the sale, so it says we've taken an armed carjacking suspect versus would be armed and dangerous.
10-4, 855, 858 er.
Hey, bye.
Situational awareness, looks like fire side onto our structure.
855, going to copy traffic.
You advised it was involved in an armed carjacking? Well, y'all blocked me in? Where do y'all go?
10-4 hit the stolen vehicle, taking armed carjacking, suspects armed, hold for witness.
As Trooper Bonnet neared the vehicle's location, he turned off his emergency lights and siren.
I'm direct. What vehicle is it in front of him? I'm thinking behind Arlington right now.
Arlington County KY.
So Wikers 8500 in front of me, taking left turn, coming up to Ripley Street.
10-4, I'm right behind the county unit. And we're taking a left. If he can, I'll just get in front. He can just stay behind me. Just have the radio.
10-4.
at Century Drive and North Ripley Street. We might be taking a left into our apartment complex. It's a dead end down here. I might have to light this thing up.
Give me the location again.
We're at Century Place, the apartment complex. We took a left.
Off Ripley?
Yes, off Ripley. We're taking a right to the far right dead end. It's a dead end down here. Arlington, let's go ahead and be ready to light this thing up. All right, yeah, I'm pretty sure this is a dead end. Block off to the left. We'll just go ahead and light it up here. Felony, stop. Driver, throw the keys out the window. Throw the keys out the window. Keep your hands out the window. Keep your hands out the window for me. Are you the owner?
Yes.
You're the owner.
Matthew Horn. I just picked my keys up from DC Police. They got my car back for me tonight. That's the second time I've had a gun in my face in the last 36 hours, man.
Okay.
They carjacked me, man.
We get that. We get that.
I'm tired of having fucking guns in my face, man.
It's involved in armed carjacking. Okay. Do you have your ID with you?
Can I get out, please? My wallet.
Come on out. Yeah, come on out.
No. Damn, man.
Said he just got the car back. Come on out. Watch your phone. Watch your phone.
Recognizing his error, Trooper Bonnet demonstrated genuine compassion and professionalism toward the victim, reflecting the values of the Virginia State Police.
I just got the car back from 300 Indiana Avenue, man.
Just relax, man.
I just had a fucking gun in my face.
I get that, but it was involved in an armed carjacking. Please relax, sir. It's your wallet in your pocket. Or
yeah, it's in this pocket right here, my left pocket.
Your left front pocket? All right, I'm just going to get it real quick. Okay. Relax. Relax. Put your hands down, man. Relax. Where's your ID at? Is this it right here, the Virginia driver's license?
Man, you can't just tell me to relax, man. That's the second time in 30
years. What DC tells us, so if they didn't take it out, you can't be mad at us. We're just following what they haven't taken out yet.
I understand, man. I understand y'all doing your job. This is the second. I was part of those 10 problems that DC made the news. That was the second one.
Trooper Bonnet now returns to his cruiser to confirm that Matthew is the registered owner, and upon his return, the other officers on scene were explaining that this was a major blunder by the DC Police.
Last four of the VIN is 7607. We can send confirmation. It's the registered owner.
I picked it. They picked it up from the dump spot. Told the Indiana Avenue got my keys. I just came back from getting it from the precinct. 300 Indiana Avenue.
If I were you, I'll be on the phone right now and making sure they're not getting out of the system, because it will continue happening too. And we're just doing our job. We don't know who's driving the vehicle.
Yeah, y'all doing your job, man. It's just the fact this is the second time since 30 I had a gun in my head, man.
We get it, but we have to go what we see on our computers, armed carjacking. We don't know if you're the registered owner or not. We totally get your frustration. We totally do that. But we don't understand the first part, like it happened in 36 hours. We get your frustration, but we don't know that either. It's on DC. If they took the report, we totally do understand.
I'm just saying.
Yes, sir.
It's the gun to my face twice.
I get it, sir.
Trooper Bonnet appears to walk off in frustration, breathing heavily as he struggled to see why the victim was upset after being held at gunpoint twice in such a short period of time. Trooper Bonnet begrudgingly calls dispatch to attempt to resolve the issue.
For what it's worth, you're the second person tonight.
Hey, 355. Hey, can we get a hold of DC? And he's claiming this is the second time it's happened to him in 36 hours. So, yeah, apparently so.
Very serious. So whatever supervisor you can get a hold of.
Okay.
Because that is a massive, massive,
Okay.
massive
issue on their part. Imagine you didn't comply. Or like, you're a smart dude, you did. Imagine you didn't.
I knew what it was.
You know?
My hands were right out the window.
Like I said, you're a smart dude. But imagine you weren't.
Yeah,
it's a bad day for all of us.
off in the shadow realm. You know what I'm saying? That gun was right to my head.
Dispatch worked to get through to the DC police. Trooper Bonnet was ordered to perform another plate check during the wait.
The tag. Yeah. It's like on the 16th. That's DC.
She's free to go, right? We don't need him for nothing. He is the owner, correct?
Yes, let me triple confirm that.
He is the owner.
Yeah.
So he's free to go.
Matthew, now released, challenges Trooper Bonnet on his unprofessional demeanor.
Obviously, be a little bit more understanding.
No, I totally understand, sir. I do 100% understand. I understand your frustration, but we have to go by off what we see on our computers. When we enter it, it's from another agency. What we see on the computer is armed carjacking. I saw that you were compliant and whatnot. When you threw the keys out the window, I recognized there was something more to it, that you were going to comply, obviously. But what happens if you're not the owner and you're the person that took your car at gunpoint?
I understand that, but just my reaction.
I totally understand it, sir.
2 guns to my face.
I totally do understand that, sir.
What, 36 hours?
Whatever it was, yes, sir. I totally feel your frustration.
It's not.
But it's coming from the District of Columbia. We're in Virginia, sir.
I understand, but just my reaction.
I understand your reaction, sir. I wish you would understand mine. I do
understand.
Yes, sir.
I acknowledge you did your job.
Yes, sir. Yes.
It's hard to be on the receiving end of guns to your head.
Yes.
It's hard. Man.
Yes.
I might have a reaction as a law.
I've had way too many criminals that don't understand that, though. That actually are criminals.
I'm just saying, just my reaction. If somebody, I wasn't unruly, just patience, man. That's it. This is not no normal shit, man. Having guns to my head. It might be a little bit of an emotional reaction. I'm just saying, just be a little more patient. That's all I'm saying. Just a little more. It's like
I actually holster my
like it was my fault or something like that, man.
No one's saying it's your fault, sir. I actually holster my gun much quicker than just about every other time I've done with an armed carjacked vehicle. That's actually probably the quickest.
We knew you could do it!
All right, that's cool. I'm just saying.
Yes, sir. I do understand, but I hope you understand my end too. I'm not trying to make an argument here. I just hope I'm not going to start any argument here. It's not really even worth it.
I'm saying you weren't wrong.
Yes.
I'm saying my reaction. Just be more patient. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Just a little more patient.
Okay. Okay. I'll accept that one. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You did your job. You did what you're supposed to do. I have no problem with that.
Okay. All right. But you're good to go, sir.
You're good.
Hey, I'm serious though. Call DC, get a supervisor on the line, and explain what just happened to you. And that it's not acceptable and that you're upset about it. And you have every right to be. As a supervisor, I'm telling you, if I got a phone call to one of my guys who did what you in this situation, I would be fucking furious. Pardon my language. So make the phone call, get somebody on the line.
Here's my business card. You can read. I can back up your story. Okay. Yep. So obviously we all know everything, but that's my business card. Here, I'll give you an extra one just in case you lose one or it gets torn up or something. If you want to, you can use me as a resource to help back up your end, because that makes me kind of furious too, because I'm out here wasting my goddamn time. I'm not trying to use harsh language, but I'm out here wasting my time and all their time. There's a lot of resources. I could be out doing other stuff, other criminal extradition stuff, actual criminal stuff, not this bull BS. I'm trying to mess up for other people's mistakes. I mean, I'm going to say that on the camera. I mean, that's a pretty big messed up mistake. But I'm not here to start any arguments or being bashful or anything, but if you have any questions, contact me. Okay, sir? Okay, sir. All right. I apologize again that happened to you. If I could, shake your hand. Yes, sir. You're a tall guy. I wish you played for the NBA. Did you play basketball or something?
I played, bro. I played college, beat on pro, all that.
Yes, sir. Okay, yes, sir. Well, I do apologize about that. I wasn't trying to start an argument, but armed carjacking, I had to take it from a really high amped up situation to all the way back to the ground.
I understand.
Yes, sir.
We both were in the moment.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
I understand.
Yes, sir. Okay. All right. I hope we can, well, obviously it's resolved on our end already, but I hope there's something else that comes from this, because that's unacceptable.
I understand.
Okay, sir. You're good to go, okay?
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir. All right, thank you.
In the end, Trooper Bonnet was apologetic, leaving the scene with a handshake and an offer to assist Matthew if needed in the future. Matthew was able to contact Detective Naples at the DC Police, who verified the negligence was their fault. After a thorough examination by a top forensic psychologist in the DC area, Matthew was found to have PTSD, depression, and anxiety after the incident. To this day, he has difficulty staying asleep and regularly experiences nightmares, including violent scenarios involving police. He has since filed a tort against the DC government and is looking for an aggressive civil rights attorney in the area that will take the case. If that happens to be you, find my email below and I'll get you in contact with Matthew.
You can see the two teens forced the door open, grabbed the driver, and demanded his keys. They hopped in, you're gonna see it right there. They tried to take off, but wait a minute. Nope, they couldn't. It's the best anti-theft device you can have. It was a stick shift, manual transmission. Turns out those young suspects didn't know how to drive it.
I'd love to know what you think about this encounter, so let me know in the comment section. And if you like this video, be sure to check out another episode, linked on screen.